is your home for the Trojans. Girard Sports Live.
Snap and leans forward, and that's touchdown number 4 for Scott Moore.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Pregame, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net.
Brooks, throw over to Adolph, quickly down inside, wrap around Boatman, found herself in the right place, foul, and the bucket!
He'll try a 3 and hits. Adolph with it up top, being guarded by Gass. Girard down the lane, off the glass, and good. Nice instinct by Adolph to just take it to the bucket.
Fielded on the short hop, fires this one across. Able to throw the runner out by a step and a half.
Pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Girard Sports Live, presented by Pregame. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Pregame, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Pregame. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Pregame has to offer at ckt.net. I'm Drake Miller here, joined by Caleb Humble for tonight's contest as the Trojans host the Raiders. And as we roll into the pregame show, your pregame show sponsor is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Equal housing lender member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcmb.com. Caleb, we saw a bit of a struggle performance earlier on this week for the Trojans playing against the Riverton Rams. That game ended up pretty low scoring at the end of it, but of course Riverton did end up taking the win. Looking forward into this contest tonight, I think we have some obvious kind of keys for this team to really bounce back after that loss.
Yeah, I think the big thing for tonight is just kind of, hopefully the girls will kind of reverse how they were the last game. And I know something that Coach Herlocker was focusing on this week was the scoring. And that I believe whenever he was talking to you during the post-game interview is that is what he was going to focus on. And just hearing it from the girls since Tuesday, they said that in practice they've been focusing on that scoring aspect and making sure that they get good looks at the bucket and making sure that they have clear paths to the hoop. And so the big thing for them is just getting the scoring up and then continuing to play that style of defense, that making sure that the Frontenac Raiders have less scoring and we have more scoring is the big thing, which that sounds pretty simple, but that was the thing that they needed to fix.
100%. And for a team like the Rams, who didn't shoot very well from the free throw line and honestly not so well from the field either, you feel like you probably should have came away with that one. But that's good looks going on into the season. A month from Tuesday, they'll be playing the Rams again. They've got their number now, and hopefully we see them pull it off later on in the season. But for the keys to the game tonight that I have kind of written down, just 3 main points for the Trojans as they play the Raiders, who currently sit at 7-1. Their only loss also coming from the Rams. So kind of a bit of synergy here between the two teams. But the keys to the game, I have shot selection. I think just finding the good open shot. Of course, we saw that in the Baxter Springs game from the first game back from break. That was a really good game that we saw the Trojans play in, and the shot selection was certainly there. Limiting giveaways, that was kind of the killer, I feel like, against Riverton. That offensive production wasn't there, and when it was, you saw a lot of turnovers, stepping out of bounds, just kind of some errant passes. I feel like if you limit those turnovers, get a couple more extended possessions, all of a sudden that offensive production looks a little bit greater than it did on Tuesday. And then I said pressure early. Now, this can be interpreted a couple of different ways, and I kind of left that up to be interpreted, but I said either with a lead or defensively. I like to see that full court or at least a little bit of early pressure defensively for the Trojans. I think they're really effective at it. I understand why you don't want to start off the game with it. You got to conserve energy when you think it's a competitive team and you want your starters in there for a majority of the game. But I think if you pressure with a lead early on, at least make Frontenac play the chase or just try to play catch up basically the entire game, that's going to change how this Trojan team goes about their offense, how they go about their defense, and everything starts to fall into place when they're playing from a lead.
Yeah, and I agree with you with bringing that pressure early I think I just counted it up, and I believe the Frontenac Raiders only have about 8 people on the roster in total. And so I think the big thing is going to be the hustle and seeing how long you can keep the girls at 100% whenever you have a shorter roster for the other team that you can almost outpace them and kind of, I don't want to say out hustle, but you're able to conserve that energy with more people that you have available in total. And so that'll be a big thing of kind of just one of those edges that you can have over this team. And I think I agree with you with shot selection is that in previous games the girls have sometimes not been able to find those incredible shot selections. And the thing that they were definitely working on this week was getting those better opportunities and having a better look at the rim.
Well, those keys to the game are brought to you by tonight's Girard High School Booster Club game sponsor, which is the Girard Medical Center. Girard Medical Center is proud to serve our local community and proud to employ so many Trojan fans. Girard Medical Center, rooted in rural, focused on you. And tonight's Booster Club game sponsor. And let's roll into another segment here, the area matchups as well. Caleb, I don't know if you've got those ready for us tonight, but those area matchups as we look around the area is brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing and can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. Caleb, give them to me.
Yep, so some of those area matchups, I've got the CNC League, and tonight is another night filled with those CNC matchups with, of course, us hosting Frontenac at home. Another one of those CNC matchups is Baxter going up against Columbus tonight. The only non-CNC matchup tonight is Colgan going up against Carl Junction, and that last one is Riverton going up against Galena.
Yeah, that border battle of some sorts that Colgan, Carl Junction. I know Carl's a bit of a smaller school over there on the Missouri side. They kind of come over, play a lot of the Kansas side schools, and they seem to fare pretty well against a lot of these CNC teams that they seem to match up against. So I'll be interested to see how that one unfolds. Two pretty well-fared teams. But as we kind of get back into this pregame here, just talking about that 100% aspect, I wanted to hit on that real quick. Talking about the pressure early on, I think where you're going to see a lot of success is the energy and the stamina for this Trojans team tonight, and you have to use it to your advantage. Like you said, only 8 people on the Frontenac roster. That's a huge advantage for this Girard squad, and something that I really do hope that they take advantage of, especially seeing that I don't believe there was a JV game earlier on, but just having that in mind, knowing that you're going to probably get the chance to set up the offense on every single possession. You're not going to see a lot of full court press because they have to conserve the energy. Kind of gives you in the back of your mind a smidge of confidence. That should be something that should be in these players' heads as well. There are a lot of smart players, so I assume that they're thinking about that. Hey, we've got better rotations than them, or just a vaster selection. All of us are capable of doing what the top dog can do as well. You know, you can sub in the designated 8-man here on this Trojan squad, and they're going to be able to perform like the leading scorer as well. So just something to keep in mind is being able to capitalize on that size advantage when it comes to quantity.
Yeah, and another thing to note with that Frontenac Lady team is just that they are honestly a younger team, and that this Girard team has more experience than them, which I don't know if you necessarily have the starters for Frontenac quite yet, but on the roster they have 2 seniors, a junior, and then the rest of their team coming as sophomores. And so I think our ladies definitely have more of that experience and more of that time playing together that should help them kind of obtain that edge over the Raiders tonight, along with kind of like how you were saying, being able to out-hustle them and have more stamina as the game goes on.
Yeah, and we can go ahead and roll into the starting lineups as well. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. And I'll go ahead and start it off with the away Raiders. First off for them, number 1, the 5'6" sophomore Reese Franklin. Number 10, the 5'8" sophomore Maddie Bland. Number 11, the 5'8" sophomore Brecklin Condon. Number 22, the 5'5" sophomore Lakin Sullivan. And number 34, the 6-foot senior Marley Stout. The other senior listed, Jocelyn Ashbacher, is 5'9", and she is not on the starting lineup for tonight. But when I just read those off, just hearing kind of the sophomore, I mean, that really puts it in perspective. This is a 2-year team.
Definitely. So I think that team, I mean, going into the future, this is kind of just the beginning for them. And so luckily for us, hopefully an easier matchup tonight. But again, like you said, this team's only loss came to Riverton. And so you never want to underestimate a team either.
Yeah, they're certainly capable as a 2-year-old team. I mean, it's pretty impressive when you really think about it. But go ahead and roll into those Girard starters for us here, Caleb.
Yeah, and so for your home Trojans tonight, starting it off is number 10, a 5'9" junior, Marley Sisney. Number 12, a 5'9" junior, Kennedy Keller. Number 14, a 5'10" senior, Maddie Kester. Number 22, a 5'6" junior, Carson Oran. And number 23, a 5'10" senior, Erica Bowman.
So it's going to be, I mean, as much as we've talked about the Girard squad being relatively young, you know, only having 2 seniors is pretty impressive. It really is. This is going to be more of a matchup of the vets versus the newbies, and we'll get to see how these 2 teams fare. But like we said, 6'2" Trojans going up against the 7'1" Raiders. We'll take a break right now, and we'll be right back with the opening tip. Don't go anywhere.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family-owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
There's a lot of choices when you think about buying crop insurance. One thing that's important to us is the roots and loyalty of where you come from and knowing who you can trust. And with all the obstacles that farmers are dealing with on a constant basis, we're there and we're living those struggles and we understand them. And we got to put bushels in the bin to provide for each family. And when that doesn't happen, it's good to know you have a good crop insurance agent to cover you when the hard times happen.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live. We'll go ahead and step aside here for a moment as we get set for the national anthem. We'll be right back with the rest, or with the opening tip-off.
At this time, we ask everyone to please rise for the presentation of our colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag Our national anthem is performed this evening by the Girard High School Band under the direction of Mr. Willie Abate. Apologies, the national anthem was my reflections under Meredith Reed. And now, for tonight's starting lineups, we'll start with the Lady Raiders. She's a sophomore, number 1.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live as they introduce the starters for both of these squads. Like I said, Caleb, I don't know if I've covered it on the broadcast, but I covered Colgan basketball last season, so pretty familiar with this Frontenac team, getting to see them in action quite a few times, or at least what was the Frontenac team. A lot of seniors on last year's team, but a lot of returners as well. Just enough I think, as we were kind of talking during the break, for them to really keep that powerhouse alive for themselves. So I'm interested to see how this young squad performs tonight against Girard. Obviously, another thing we talked about is just if Girard can make the buckets, I don't think that they'll have a problem tonight. But that's really just been their kryptonite, is getting the offense rolling and just kind of beating themselves to an extent.
And I think you're right with that. It's just that if they can get the scoring going and keep their dominant style of defense, I think this team will be perfectly all right. And I think just the biggest thing other than that is just making sure that you don't create turnovers for yourselves and that you're able to get those turnovers that this team has been known for.
Yeah, limiting giveaways as well as forcing takeaways is the name of the game tonight for Girard. As we get set for the opening tip-off, the opening tip sponsor is Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Certainly not a size disadvantage as we look across the way to Frontenac, as they do have one player standing 6 foot, and that's Marley Stout, 34. Hard to miss her. I was going to say the bright pink shoes, but there's quite a few of them out there, so.
That's something that me and Daryl always talked about, was just the shoes. He was always fascinated.
Shoe selection is very interesting. Got Kester rocking the blues. And here we go. Frontenac starts with the ball. Trying to work it inside early. And now an outside the arc three. And an early execution from Condon. Now working it the other way. Sisney looking for Keller. She finally gets it to her. Keller gets it poked out for a moment. Over to Oran. Now Kester, 15 on the shot clock, as Boatman takes it out of the corner. Swing it around, back to the base with Boatman. She looks for an opening. Reverse layup won't go. Put back is good. Love that style of offense out of the Trojans early.
And that's something that I think the Trojans will be able to kind of get all night tonight. It's just that I believe that this Trojan team has more size than this Frontenac team. And so something that they'll be able to do is kind of just power them inside and make sure that they can show their force in the paint.
Boatman loses it to Sullivan. Sullivan gets the layup to go. And already early, talk about the impact of turnovers right there.
And that's just one of those things that we had talked about of, if you're this Lady Trojans team, you need to make sure you're limiting those.
Kester answers promptly with a three, tying this one up at 5 apiece. Both of these teams looking to make a statement early as Condon tries for another 2. Won't get it. They work it back outside. And now inside to Stout. Stout trying to post up and draws a foul.
Foul on number 23, Erica Boatman, her first, team first. To the line, shooting 2, number 34, Marley Stout.
So we'll get to see the first performance from the stripe here. As Raiders, Marley Stout, we're gonna go 2 for 2. And that she does. And one thing that I always like to talk about when you have your post player shooting free throws is how valuable it is to have an effective free throw shooter that plays the post.
And that's one of the things is I think Girard's done really well is just how well each of these girls can shoot the free throw, and how I don't think there's one person on this team that I wouldn't say is really terrible at shooting them. And so that's the big thing, is that it doesn't matter who gets sent to the line. There's always a good chance that they're going to make those free throws.
Couple chances here for Girard. Oran trying to open it up, can't go. Rebound into the hands of Condon. Or excuse me, that's Bland. And now on the other side, Franklin will get fouled, and she'll be headed to the line.
Fouls on number 22, Carson Oran, her first team.
So it seems like our predictions from the pregame were actually incorrect, thinking that Girard was going to get that chance to kind of push down the floor and get the offense established. And early on, we see Frontenac come out in the full court press.
And that's what you kind of hate to see, is just that right now I almost think that Frontenac's outpacing the Trojans, and that hopefully that's something that'll change with just how limited players they have to select from. But something that Girard's going to need to change is how just fast-paced they're playing.
One thing here for Girard is just trying to keep yourselves in it. As soon as you take yourself out of it, that full court press becomes just a little bit easier. They start to play a little more relaxed. They're letting you get passes across, but then you're expending energy trying to get down the floor. So it's important that Girard has some of those successful possessions on offense and gets it down the floor effectively. Bland gets called for her first foul. The first foul from Frontenac as well, as Boatman gets the inbound. It is Mooneyham who's subbed in. And now she gives it away. Condon, excuse me, that's Bland. Gives it away back to the Trojans. Boatman, spin move, bang. Good for two.
That was an incredible spin move by Erica.
Loose ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Oran. As they look to reset now for the Raiders. 7-9, and we're not even halfway through, and they're gonna call it out of bounds on Sullivan. So now the Trojans with a bit of a bonus possession here. Oran kicks out Kester for three. Just off the mark, but it'll be out of bounds on Condon. So Girard will get a second chance here.
And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, is just making sure that if you have these second chance opportunities, make sure that you can execute on them.
Keller's two won't fall, and it's tipped out of bounds once again by the Raiders. Looked like it was last touched by Stout. Mooneyham gives it away. Across the court to Boatman. Boatman gets to the post and makes the two. A little mini jumper there for Erica Boatman. Now the Raiders with some miscommunication, as that was just a long defensive possession. And now Kester will get called for a foul.
Looks like with that foul, Maddie will leave the game, and I believe Marley Sisney will check in.
So Sisney comes in, immediately goes up against Stout. Now here's a three from Bland, off to the left. Keller gets the rebound, and now back the other direction. Flicks it to Boatman. Boatman trying to work it to another teammate. Keller takes the three from the top of the key. It won't go. Boatman gets the rebound, tries to throw it off a Raider, and it's headed back to the Frontenac side. Timeout called by the Raiders, as we will go ahead and give a shout out on our first timeout to our timeout sponsor. This break in the action is brought to you by the Southeast Kansas Player Health Alliance and Live Well Crawford County, reminding you to know your limits when gambling and know when the game is playing you. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-426-2537 for free assistance. Caleb, it's 9-9. It was a fast first 2 minutes, and then really slowed down on the scoring side of things with that long drawn-out possession from Girard. Now we're a little over halfway through the quarter, and both teams on the brink of double digits. What's your analysis so far?
I mean, so far in this game, I think Girard's kind of just keeping up, and that's something that I think hopefully whenever this Raider team gets a little bit more tired and gets more worn out due to their lack of players, it's just that Girard will be able to peel away and kind of continue what they're doing, just hoping that the Raiders slow down.
Another one poked out by Oran after the bucket from Reese Franklin. Substitution coming in is Andy Stout, and she'll take a three from the far wing, won't go. It's rebounded by Mooneyham, but poked out by Bland. Franklin swings it to Stout underneath. I got to give credit where it's due. That was some pretty solid ball movement there from the Raiders.
I hate to agree with you.
And they're having a hard time. The Trojans getting across midcourt. Oran draws a foul, and actually, I like that play from Carson. Kind of a heads-up play. You're facing the trap. It's a little bit frustrating, so instead just kind of push through a couple players, draw the foul. I think she knew she was going to get the foul call. And slow things down just a little bit.
I agree with you, and I think that was just the best way to kind of just reset this offense.
So Sisney now on the far side. Gives it to Mooneyham, mid-range jumper, it's good. Clean for Mooneyham. Sullivan gets it poked out by Oran once more. Her body language shows a little bit of frustration. I don't know if maybe she's wanting a foul call or something. It seems pretty clean from what we can see.
And I think that's just something that's part of Carson's game, is that she's able to kind of just get underneath her opponent's skin with those, just poking the ball away constantly.
And now Sisney gets called for a foul there. I think it was the right hand actually that got her the foul call, kind of keeping it on that ball handler's hip. And that's Franklin headed to the line. She went 2 for 2 last time, misses on the first. Couple of substitutions here as Briley Black, Maddie Kester, and Trezona all sub in. So now joining them on the floor is Oran and Sisney. The rest on the bench as Franklin goes 0 for 2 on this visit. And now Trezona gets called for a travel.
I really think that call could have gone either way of being a travel or almost just being a jump ball.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But missed 3.
There's that jump ball.
Arrow indicates Girard ball. So they will get to hopefully reestablish a little bit here. One of the things Coach Urlacher talked to me about was the rebounding. And what that he would like to see some more effective rebounding on the defensive side. Kester works it to Trezona, back out to Oran. Alone on the top of the key and swings it to Kester. Now she'll drive. Kick out to Sisney, pump fake, drive. Floater is off the mark. Trezona's put back, almost. But no dice there from the Trojans as we enter the final 90 of the first quarter. Kester gets the strip. Fighting through that physicality. Black now. Swings it to Oran. Oran for 3. Can't get it. Stout with the rebound and back the other way. They'll work the perimeter. Over to Andy Stout. Now Franklin kicks it to the far side. Stevie Likely.
Good perimeter defense by the girls here with about 10 seconds left on the shot clock for the Raiders.
Likely swings it. Stout to Stout connection. Loose ball for a moment, and it's finally poked out. Briley Black gets the possession. And now no more shot clock, 30 seconds and counting remaining in the first. Black to Trojans. Trojans gets fouled. And that'll be the third team foul. First for Marley Stout, who will now check out.
Looks like Carson Randall coming out of the game, and Kennedy Keller will sub in for her.
For the Raiders, Ashbacher, Bland, and Condon all check in. Trojans work it to Kester. Keller, Sisney, three, got it! The first lead of the game for the Trojans comes from Marley Sisney. 14-13, clock winding down. Here's a three ball, nothing. And they're gonna give her free throws. No. They said no shot. What's the call here? No shot on the floor. So 14-13 as we enter the second quarter. We'll take a break and we'll be right back after this.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Starters on the floor other than Briley Black, who has checked in for Carson O'Rand, so giving her a bit of a rest here at the start of the second. For the Raiders, the same squad that was on the floor at the end of the first. They'll say out of bounds, going with Ashbacher, the last to touch it. Keller gives it off to Boatman, now over to Sisney. Here's a three, just shy. Kester put back, fouled, and she'll be headed to the line.
Fouls on number 4, Stevie Likely, her first, team first, to the line, shooting 2.
So now Kester gets a chance from the free throw line to potentially make it a 3-point game after the miss. To look to extend by 2. And it's good. So 15-13 now. Swing it, Bland. She's fouled. And they're gonna call it a shooting foul.
I don't know if I agree with that.
So Kester gets her second foul called against her. Puts her in a bit of trouble, you know, early on in the second quarter. You don't want one of your leading scorers to be at 2 fouls, but certainly something she might just be keeping an eye on. Bland goes 2 for 2 from the stripe and ties this one up at 15s. Sisney working the perimeter. Keller now back to Sisney, almost gets it taken away. Keller, wide open 3, can't get it. Off the rim and out of bounds.
Subbing in for the Lady Raiders, number 1, Reese Franklin, number
And they'll sub in the entire bench for the Raiders.
Subbing in for the Lady Trojans, number 22,
as well as O'Rand coming in for Black. But it'll be starters on the floor now for Frontenac.
I believe she stepped on the line there.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, he was indicating some hand gesture that made it feel like he was saying they pushed her, but
that's what I was thinking.
Out of bounds, so I didn't quite know what he was trying to convey there as the official. Boatman working the post underneath, gets fouled, and she'll be headed to the line. And this is the kind of offense that I feel like if you're the Trojans, you're pretty happy with. Working underneath, either get your free shot or get fouled on the way.
I agree with you. I think that the Trojans have more size down low, and I think that that's going to be a key to help them win this game.
Boatman does not connect on her first of 2 free throws. Second, drains it. Goes up by 1. Sullivan brings it across half court. Tries to work it inside to Stout, and it's taken away. Boatman on the break down the floor, gives it to Kester. Kester now working underneath. Almost gets the bucket. It's poked out on the rebound. O'Rand for 3. Splash. What a way to wake up this crowd. Carson O'Rand. Now the Raiders to try and silence just a little bit. Draw a foul on the floor. We'll see who this one goes against. That's Erica Boatman. That's her second. Whistle blown as they'll have to re-inbound here. They get it in. Stout lays it in for 2. Down the floor with Keller. Keller tries to get it to O'Rand, and now Sullivan takes off with it. Lays it in to tie up the score here in the second. Kester works to the post, kicks out. Sisney long 2, just short on that. And Stout will work it down. Travel from Sullivan. I believe she was going for a pass there and then kind of choked up and
got a little
went for the dribble.
Yeah.
Sisney to Boatman. Lob pass to O'Rand. This one's poked out by Stout. Trying to work it into Kester. Now Stout takes it down the floor. Tries to work it to Sullivan. And Sisney had the steal, but Sullivan gets a little too handsy in the process. Mooneyham comes in for Sisney. Boatman takes it to the hoop. All the way for 2.
And that's something in the second quarter. It'd be great to see if the ladies can kind of start to pull away. And this is probably the point where if you're the Frontenac Raiders, you're probably starting to get a little bit tired and you're kind of getting those minutes into the game that this is where having a bench will come in handy and kind of help you keep the momentum and keep you kind of rested, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, we've seen the Raiders pull back from the full court press. Orand adding a little pressure early for herself. They work it in. Stout gets it poked out by Keller. Mooneyham to Keller. And she's fouled on the way to the bucket. She'll be shooting 2.
Foul on number 15, Andy Stout, her first, team 4th. To the line, shooting 2, number 12, Kennedy Keller.
Keller's first is good. Creating the separation once more. Poked away as Franklin tries to bring it across the court. And another loose ball. Kester down the floor. And that's poked out back the other direction. They say Kester touched it last. And now Coach Scott Fields wants a timeout for the Raiders. We'll take one with him. We'll be right back after this.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live, 3:43 remaining in the second. As we near halftime, these two teams, neither of which able to really pull away. Largest lead for Girard right now stands at 4 points. Same for the Raiders. They've not been able to pull outside of 4. Raiders had it in the first quarter and haven't been able to get it back since. Here's a three-pointer from Bland to try and give the lead back. Off the mark. Orand kicks it to Boatman. Swing to Mooneyham for 3. Off the mark. Kester gets the rebound and gets called jump ball. Little confusion there as Raiders thought it was theirs. Orand to Keller, over to Kester. Kester works it back to Keller and loose ball turns it over. Franklin tries for the layup and draws a foul. Looking across these Girard girls, Caleb, the frustration's pretty visible.
I think so, and it's just been one of those nights where some of the calls you can kind of argue with, and it's just kind of been frustration built up with, I mean, just how they're playing themselves and kind of how the team's been playing as a whole recently is just not how they've played in the past and how they want to hold that standard of their style of play.
A lot of things just not really going in the direction of the Trojans, you know, just coin flip type passes, and might feel a little bit of resentment towards some of the whistles that have been blown here in the second. And a turnover, wow.
Oh, the fouls go both ways, but
overturned. So the Raiders get it in. Bland for three. Tries to open it up, and the Trojans get the ball right back.
Well, ball does not lie. That was
very interesting situation there. Black almost on the two. Haven't been able to get much to fall as of late. Stout gets one for the Raiders. And now Girard will slow things down as Oran works it into Black. She's fouled, and will be shooting two this time.
Fouls on number 11, Brooklyn Condon, her first team fifth. To the line, shooting to number 2, Riley Black.
2:11 on the clock. Black with a chance to tie it up here. Trezona checks in for Erica Boatman. And Black goes 2 for 2. Big time free throws from the freshman. Here's a three from Stout. Won't go. Rebound into the hands of Bland. Now Andy Stout drives in. Two, long two look, won't go. And Oran gets the rebound. Flips it to Mooneyham. And now they'll settle in here on offense. Trezona draws the foul. And that will be bonus.
Yeah, I did not realize that the Raiders were in the bonus quite yet. Honestly, it doesn't seem like there's been that many fouls so far.
Yeah, a lot of just kind of here and there's so far. As Trezona just off the mark on the first free throw. They'll get Boatman back in the game. Subbing in for Black. Trezona's second. Off as well. Unable to connect on either of the free throws. A lot of commotion happening here as I think the Raiders wanted a foul on the take down the floor, and the Trojans wanted a carry. And then a lot of physicality on that jump ball.
I'm not sure if they did call it a jump ball.
I believe that was what it was. Urlacher's pretty fired up about it.
There's a lot of, if it's a jump ball, I think it should be Frontenac's. Yeah, there's a lot of tension in the room, Drake.
Yeah, two rival schools going at it. I mean, this is what you're going to get in these CNC matchups, especially for these top teams, you know, teams that are sitting at only 1 or 2 losses on the season. These wins really valuable to progressing, as Keller draws a foul there, and now she gets a chance from the stripe. But man, we are only in the second quarter of the first game tonight, and the tension is almost visible.
It is definitely in the room, and it's only the second quarter, but it feels like the fourth, and this is kind of what determines the game.
Keller knocks down her first free throw. Now looking to make it a 2-point difference here. And that she does. They swing it down the floor. Here's Likely. Back and forth with Franklin as she takes a three. Keller gets the rebound. And over and back. Oran did not establish.
I mean, Drake, I was just getting ready to say that something I would like to see on that possession is just slowing down and having good passes and finding that open shot, but.
Yeah, just a bit of a mental lapse there from Girard, as that one was certainly an over and back. Oran was midair. Franklin takes the three, contested by Oran, won't go, and it's rebounded by Sisney. 40 seconds and counting, 10 seconds separate shot and game clock, as Oran collects herself there at the top of the key. Sisney for three, almost, but just off the mark, and it trickles out of bounds inside of 30 seconds.
And with that being inside of 30 seconds, there's no shot clock now.
2-point separation. And a foul called there on the close sideline, I believe.
A little bit of back and forth with Coach Urlacher now.
I believe Urlacher was just given a warning.
Well, I mean, with Kennedy, that was one of those fouls that we could see it up here that she kind of got smacked in the head with the ball, and it's just kind of unfortunate that it goes against her and she gets hit.
Travel called at the top of the key on Marley Stout. We're going back to that. We'll cover that here in a minute. We'll call this last 4 seconds. Here we go, Sisney for a long three. Looked good out of the hand, I'm not gonna lie. But just a little bit too far for Marley Sisney as the Trojans head into the locker room up 2. We'll take a break here on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crocan, and we'll be right back with halftime stats and analysis.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful. I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live for the halftime show. Tonight's halftime show sponsor is GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. And as we look back on the first half, Pinar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Pinar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at PinarEyeCare.com. Caleb, looking back on this first half, it's 26-24 is the score. Girard has held on to the lead throughout the duration of the second quarter after picking it up about 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through the first. What do you think is going really well for them right now, and what do you think they need to probably improve on to really try to grow this gap?
I mean, this game right now just seems so 50-50, really. It's just the best way to put it. It's just kind of the girls score, Frontenac scores, just back and forth. The girls get a steal, Frontenac gets a steal, and that's just the thing that it's hopefully the second half you're going to see that the girls kind of start to pull away, and you see that effect of Frontenac only having 8 people on the team and kind of getting more tired of just that. Right now it's back and forth, and going into the third and fourth, you're going to hope that kind of fatigue comes into a play of things and that the girls can kind of pull away with that effect. Because right now with the stats that I have, the girls have about 6 steals that I have written down, which that could be wrong, but I mean, Frontenac matches that almost, and Frontenac keeps having those same turnovers, and that both teams kind of keep fouling, and so it's almost as much as Girard's having a decent game, Frontenac's just matching them in every aspect, it almost seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly agree. Frontenac's been pretty well going pretty much shot for shot here with Girard, and neither team seems to really be able to get that momentum going for a long duration. We saw Girard really start to pull away after the three-pointer, drawing up a 4-point lead, and then all of a sudden, Frontenac comes back, scores a 2, gets a turnover, scores another 2, and all that momentum has been completely depleted. So I think, you know, just looking forward into the second half, it really has come down to turnovers here for Girard. We're not seeing as many forced takeaways as much as we are just giveaways here from Girard. And of course, you're going to see that whenever you're playing a lot of the more competitive teams. You're going to see kind of a difference in the confidence that you're going to see whenever they play teams like Baxter Springs, which, you know, no discredit to Baxter Springs, but you look at a record, you know how many points that they're averaging a game, and you're feeling pretty confident rolling into that game, and that can kind of boost everything about that aggressive style defense that we've seen out of Girard. I think just going into the second half, got to limit the takeaways, or limit the giveaways, and accelerate on the takeaways. Force a lot of turnovers, get the defensive rebounds, which I liked at the end of the second quarter. The defensive rebounds were certainly there. They were cutting possessions pretty well short. Marley Stout's having a hard time underneath at the post. We like to see that out of the Trojans, but just need a little more capitalization on the offensive side of things if they want to get things, you know, grow that gap a little bit wider.
Yeah, and I think the thing that with this Lady Trojans team is just that this game, in my perspective, is one of those games that it's not, you don't want to say it's a must-win, but it'll be a very important win going on through the season, especially with, this is probably one of the hardest patches throughout the schedule for this Lady Trojan team, of just that you faced that Riverton team that was difficult on Tuesday, and you were handed that tough loss, and then again, you have one of the other more competitive teams in the CNC with the Frontenac Raiders coming in tonight, and then next week you have the entire Burlington tournament. That'll definitely take a toll on this team. And so I think something with just this game in general is that it's going to be a big game if you can get the win and kind of give you more confidence going into the tournament next week.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly a tough stretch here for Girard. You don't want to collect 2 losses in a row because that can do a lot of things to your confidence rolling through into the Burlington tournament, which it gives you even more potential for a bit of a swing in the record, you know, just kind of looking at it overall, thinking, man, if things just really don't go your way next week, that can completely kill all the momentum you had before the break. And then you just have to, and then all those games from here on out feel like must wins to really compete in the CNC. These two teams will meet again on the 17th of February. So they'll get to get a little bit of a rematch. Whoever loses this one will be out for blood. The other one will look to defend and try to sweep on the season. Right now it could go either way as it stands. Those halftime stats are brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt is heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, waterline install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. B&B Excavating, call 620-724-2735. We'll be right back on the Girard Sports Live for the second half. Stay tuned. This action has just begun.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
Back on Girard Sports Live as we enter the second half. Third quarter underway now. As Girard moving the ball quickly, like this assertive passing style offense. Hoping to see it continue. Over to Kester, inside of 10 on the shot clock. Boatman takes a long three. And won't go.
I think for the ladies there, that was great passing. It was just kind of making sure that you find that open opportunity at the end of it to make sure that you can actually score.
2 shots go up, neither of which connect from both Stout and Condon. Scoreless through the first minute. And another almost takeaway there from Maurice Franklin. This Frontenac team is good at jumping the pass. And they do it again. Franklin gets hacked by Orand and now gets to take her turn at the stripe.
Foul on number 22, Carson Orand, her second, team first. To the line, shooting 2, number 1, Reese Franklin.
That's kind of what I was talking about at the start of this half with the assertive passing, you know, the quick around the perimeter. We see those lob balls, and those are getting taken away so easily by the Raiders defense. Gotta limit those, as that has now tied this one up at 26 apiece. Kick it to Kester. Keller now underneath, back out. Pass up top to Oran. She takes a jumper from the stripe and gets it to go. Stout outside the perimeter. And she'll be called for a travel. So now Oran taking it down the floor. Fights through the screen. Kester. They'll say she stepped out on her way down the baseline.
Yep, and I mean, that was one of those calls that you could almost say 50-50 if it's a foul or if she stepped out.
Sullivan trying to get around this Trojans defense. Here's Bland for three. Gets it to go. The first Raider lead since the first quarter comes at 5:50 here in the third. Kester off the mark on that three. Sisney fights through the physicality and gets it right back.
That was an incredible shot.
Stout loses the ball. Loose ball taken away by Oran. Oran down the floor, draws the foul, and will be headed to the line to shoot two.
Fouls on number 1, Reese Franklin, her first, team first. To the line, shooting two, number 22, Carson Oran.
Big free throws coming up here for Oran. He'd like to try and make it a full possession of a lead here. Missed on her first. And does not connect on her second either. Sisney tries to bring it back in bounds and ends up throwing it off the back of Coach Urlacher's head. A little bit of laughs. Might be good for this Trojans team. A lot of tension right now, and relieve a little bit of that with something kind of comical. Might be nice to see those smiles, a little bit of that freeness come back to these girls.
And I think that's something that this team definitely plays better whenever they're all in good moods and smiling.
Maddie Bland, back-to-back three-pointers from her for the Raiders. Keller to Kester, inside, Boatman gets it to go and one. So a chance to answer on the Maddie Bland three. Boatman, 2 for 3 from the line today.
Looks like here's a little bit of that full court pressure that honestly in recent games the Trojans haven't been using, but I think that's one of their most effective ways of getting those turnovers.
Yeah, you see that right there, trying to work it underneath. They feel like they got the one-on-one. Boatman shows them that it's not that easy. Bland takes another three, won't go. And Franklin goes out of bounds with the ball. Now Oran, take it down the floor. Sisney works it in. Boatman takes the jumper, it's just short. And both Keller and Kester Went for the save there. Errant pass goes out of bounds on the Raiders. So it comes right back to the Trojans. Getting away with one there. Kester driving to the post. Her shot was blocked. And now down on the other side, Stout hit the deck. Man, just so much happening here. Yeah. Trying to process it all.
Hard to find something to say with just so much going on.
Oran. Dribbling at the top, gives it to Kester. Now underneath, Keller tries her jumper, won't go. Boatman can't get it to fall either. Another shot, no dice. Kester's chance, nothing. Trojans drawing a blank. Sisney almost gets the three. And now Kester called for a foul on the way back down the floor.
With that foul, that's Maddie's 4th foul, so I think Coach Herlocker will probably try to pull her and sit her for probably until the 4th quarter, whenever you definitely need your senior leader to be on the floor.
And maybe even a couple minutes into the 4th quarter as well. 4 fouls, not something you want to play around with. Franklin gives it off. Bland to Stout. Stout feeling the pressure, and she gets fouled.
Foul on number 12, Kennedy Keller, her second, team third.
Keller gets called for her second. Stout finds herself at the elbow and takes the jumper. Back up on top by 1 for Frontenac. Mooneyham gets it poked away, and it's out of bounds on the Raiders. Boatman to Sisney. Her pass to Keller, back out Oran for 3 to open it up. Gets it to go. And now with just over 2 remaining here in the 3rd, Girard leads by 2, 36-34.
Drake, this game has been back and forth all night. With that 3, I mean, that's the 8th lead change so far in the game.
Keller gets called for a kickball. Slowing things down. Inbound to Sullivan. And a delayed buzzer, and now Boatman gets called for a foul there. That's one of those sequences that I feel like we've seen all night.
Just kind of,
I feel like that, the way that goes is you call it probably out of bounds, because I think it really was out of bounds on Boatman, but regardless, 2 minutes, Girard still leading by 2. Timeout called on the floor. This timeout is brought to you by Salon 214. Now open at 107 North Ozark in Girard. Take a timeout to pamper yourself with Vanessa and her team at Salon 214, and take a timeout to check out Salon 214 on Facebook. Like we said earlier on in this contest, both of these teams, rivals, could feel the tension, and I bet it's only going to get even higher with a close game nearing the 4th quarter, where every single point is going to matter.
I mean, with the way things are going so far, it kind of seems like it'll come down to that last possession.
Stout gets her bucket to fall, ties this game up at 36 apiece, and now the Trojans to try and answer. Out of bounds. So here's Sullivan. Raiders playing on a bit of a bonus possession here. Stout for three. Could have really opened this one up with that make, but Boatman gets the rebound. Boatman's gonna take it coast to coast and get fouled on her way underneath.
Foul on number 15, Andy Stout, her third, team third. To the line, shooting two, number 23, Erica Boatman.
So now Boatman shooting two. First one falls. And man, in a game like this, we talked about this in the Riverton game as well, how important free throws are coming down the wire.
And I couldn't agree more with you there. I mean, Erica just made both of her free throws, but last week against, or not really last week, last Tuesday against Riverton, Riverton was a team that was struggling with those free throws, but tonight Frontenac has also been on par with Girard with making the free throws, and I think that's going to be a big thing coming down to it with how many fouls and seeing which team can get into the bonus in that fourth quarter to really see who can use those free throws to their advantage.
Big block by Keller on the shot from Andy Stout. Sisney, her pass. Quite a bit off the mark there. Turns the ball over on a chance to make it a two-possession game. Here's the Raiders. Sullivan drives into the paint. Misses on her shot. They end up with it again. Bland now trying to reset. No more shot clock. Sullivan driving underneath again and gets the bucket.
About 15 seconds now.
Keller to Sisney, 5. Keller for 3, just short. Sisney, hers won't go either to try and break the tie. 38 all as we head into the fourth. We'll be right back on Girard Sports Live. Don't go anywhere.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Back on for the fourth quarter. Oh. Big time bucket from Frontenac. Trying to square up this clock here.
Looks like Carson will drop the play. Just barely off by Trojans there.
Frontenac moving the ball down to their side as they swing it over to Stout. She almost loses it. Here's the shot from Condon, and it won't go. So it's 41 to 38. Boatman's shot goes over the rim. Now back the other direction. Sullivan, she gets fouled.
Foul on number 2, Riley Black, her first, team first. To the line, shooting 2, number 22, Lakin Sullivan.
So Sullivan now.
Subbing in for the Lady Trojans, number 14, Maddie Kester.
And there's that point in the game that we had talked about, that Coach Herlocker thinks that he needs his senior leader on the floor, and Maddie will check back in with about 7 minutes left with those 4 fouls.
So now a 5-point lead here for the Raiders. Just under 7 to go. This one's tipped out. O'Rand almost gets it to go. Boatman fights for the rebound.
Really?
I don't know about that one.
That was a quick jump ball, but it should stay here with the Trojans.
Fortunately, it does. Still a lot of time left. Don't need to make the miracle happen yet.
A score on this possession would definitely be nice to kind of take pressure off of the girls.
And another jump ball. This time it's going to head to the Raiders.
Subbing in for the Lady Trojans, number 10, Marley Sisney.
Just too many takeaways there at the top of the key.
It looks like Girard will sub in Marley Sisney for Briley Black, and all the starters will be back in the game.
Raiders now with the largest lead that this game has seen. And Stout gets called for a foul, or gets foul called for her.
They call it on Maddie, and that's her 5th.
And so Kester is now fouled out.
To the line, shooting 2, number 34, Marley Stout. Subbing in for the Lady Trojans, number 24, Augie.
So Mooneyham comes in for Kester. Kester, who has pretty well been blanked tonight. And now 2 for 2 from the line for Stout as the lead grows to 7. This is kind of what we started to see there in the Riverton game. Here in the 4th quarter, Trojans in a close game. Cannot let this lead grow any larger.
No, and I think if you're Girard here, you definitely need a score if you want to kind of ease the tension and kind of if you want to stay in this game almost with. And I know that's a lot saying that there's quite a bit of time left, but this is the largest lead coming in the 4th quarter.
In such a low-scoring game.
And that'll help.
Rand knocks down a 3. You do not want it to grow to a 10-point lead is what I was about to say. Franklin pulls up from three-point range. Off the back iron, won't go as Boatman gets the board. Now a 4-point game. Orand kicks it, Keller cross to Sisney. Sisney's shot just nearly goes in. And an errant pass buys the Trojans another possession.
With that three, you can start to feel the tension just rise in the room.
And now if you're Frontenac with that three, that lead no longer comfortable. 4 points, certainly not enough. Orand swings the perimeter and inside to Boatman. Back out to Mooneyham, loose ball. And now down the floor. Sullivan's shot is blocked by Keller. Stout puts it back up and gets the bucket. And now Frontenac wants a timeout. We'll take one with them and we'll be right back after this.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Here in the fourth quarter, it's a 6-point lead for Frontenac. 2 to 3 possessions, however you want to look at it. Sisney, long three look, can't get it to go, and now foul called on Sullivan underneath.
Foul on number 22, Lincoln Sullivan, her third, team
Be her
second.
third and the second team foul. And if you are Girard, you want those fouls to start racking up immediately.
Definitely, the bonus would help a ton.
Sisney. Trying to get around Franklin. Gives it off to Orand. Over to Mooneyham. Back up top, Orand for three. Gets it!
There it is.
Cuts the lead in half. And now this crowd is getting loud. Here's Bland. Her three. Can't go. And Boatman fights for the ball, and it'll go to the Trojans. Just under 3:30. Mooneyham back up to Orand and around to Sisney. Boatman was looking for the pass up at the top, and Sisney went underneath. Sullivan gives it to Franklin. Inside of three, and Boatman gets the takeaway. Orand sets up the offense, gives it to Mooneyham. Mooneyham to Boatman. Boatman gets the buckets. 1 point game again here in Girard. Stout pulls up for three. Can't go. Oran with the board. Flips it to Mooneyham. Layup is in, and Girard has the lead. 2:20 remaining in the fourth, and this arena is alive. Timeout on the floor, called by Frontenac. Well, the indication was Frontenac, but they said timeout Girard, so we'll go with the PA. 2:19 remaining on the floor. Caleb. This is chaos.
It's exciting. I mean, you can feel the excitement in the room from both sides of the crowds, but it is.
The energy in here with these two teams being so close together in proximity. Lots of Frontenac fans coming to show out for their team. Girard fans always coming out to support, and especially in a game like this, so highly anticipated. Girard trying to deliver the Raiders their second loss and break even with them on the season right now, or be even with them on the season. Both teams looking to have both teams at 7-2. The Raiders looking to keep their single loss. Now applying some pressure. Franklin set the screen. Keller gets called for the foul. Inbound is taken away. Oran with the ball. It's poked out, but Keller gathers it. Puts up a two, and it won't go. That ball goes out of bounds, but they're going to say it was a foul on Oran.
And Drake, with that foul, the girls need to be careful now. That's the fourth foul, and with just one more, they'll be sent to the bonus.
Sullivan swings it to Stout. No way.
No. Now that's Erica's fourth foul, and they're in the bonus.
I don't know about that.
That was all ball. I can't. I do not agree with that.
Well, regardless, Stout headed to the line. Boatman's got to shake it off here. And Stout ties it up. For her second, it dribbles out. Tie game, 48 apiece. Inside of 2 minutes. Boatman to Sisney, open for three. Can't get it. And it's tipped down the floor to the opposite baseline. Boatman was trying to slap it out to Oran. I like the play. She was at a disadvantage there. It was kind of a 3v1 on the rebound. But the strength was definitely underestimated from Erica Boatman. Another timeout called. Girard's going to call this one. We'll go ahead and take a break with them, and we'll be right back shortly.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live, coming back after the quick word from our sponsors. 1:32 remaining. and it is Frontenac ball. Girard now to take the floor. Inbound gets to Bland. Up top to Stout. Poked out, but Bland recovers. And they're going to call an offensive control foul on Reese Franklin. Bland was in disbelief.
I mean, now if you're Girard, I think the big thing is just slow it down and gain control of this game.
And another foul called as Sisney hit the deck. Franklin gets her third foul, and now Girard in bonus with the next one. Mooneyham for three, almost gets it, gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Sisney, and timeout called by Girard. Urlacher wants to draw something up here, and I don't blame him.
No, I think if you're the Trojans, you just need to slow it down and get that, make sure that you get a good look at the bucket.
Well, for all that it's worth, this possession could be one of the last ones you see. You know, and when you think about it like that, these points could win you the game, but they could also lose you the game.
Definitely. You want to, the biggest thing is making sure that you get a score here. A three is definitely the best case situation, but even if you just get two, put pressure on the Raiders to score, that can change this game completely.
We'll see what Urlacher has drawn up for the Lady Trojans in such a high-intensity game. So many moments to think back on and say, man, that was a game changer. Man, that point was essential. Mooneyham on the close wing, and that passes over the head of Sisney.
Marley was calling for it too.
Just a bit out of her reach.
Depending on how this possession goes, Girard should be able to retain that last possession of the game.
Stout dribbling inside and gets the buckets. Now leading by two. Mooneyham, three, won't go. And it's rebounded by Stout. They have to foul or get a takeaway. And Frontenac wants a timeout. I was trying to read what Urlacher was saying to the referee, and I think I knew, which was why I was trying to see. And I believe he was saying, I don't think you can call a timeout when you don't have possession.
Yeah,
Which, with the ball rolling around as much as it was, I think Frontenac would have gathered it eventually, but something to keep in mind. So I believe it is foul time here for Girard.
I think you're right. It's just that you got to take the chance of either getting a steal here on the inbound or hoping that Frontenac will at least miss one of their free throws.
Inbound gets to Sullivan. And now to Franklin. They move it back, and Franklin gets fouled. And they wanted, I think, the Frontenacs.
I think they were on a flagrant foul.
Flagrant, but it was clear that it was an intentional foul.
Yeah.
And now Franklin, if she makes both of these, pretty much puts this game away. There's one. And gets both. Over and back to put salt in the wound. As Erlacher wants a full timeout. 6.4 seconds. And this game is going to go down as a loss, the third on the season for Girard, most likely, pending some 4-point miracle.
And I mean, like you're saying, this is just one of those heartbreaking losses that it goes down to the wire, and this is one of those rough stretches that, like we had talked about earlier, that just
and just thinking about what for Girard really went wrong, and I think the direction I'm pointing is at the beginning of the fourth.
I think you're right. It's just that they kind of
Frontenac was able to grow the lead quite a bit, and
after you let them grow the lead, it was just kind of playing a game of catch up, and it didn't go the Trojans' way.
Boatman's shot comes up short, and the Trojans do as well. Final score was 48-52. And that will be the third loss, as I said, for Girard, now bringing them to a record of 6-3 in a matter of a week. They have lost 2 times as many games as they lost all season up to now. Well, we will go ahead and send it into the post game here on Girard Sports Live. Post game show is brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in town 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Eastside Cafe, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. And as we look at the shot of the game, I kind of had one in mind, as we'll go ahead and talk about the shot of the game, which is brought to you by Bradshaw Collision and Repair. If your car takes a shot, then take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless, dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. And I got to think the moment that really kind of changed everything was that Carson ran 3 there at the end of the game. Either that or I would say the Sisney three that kind of took the lead there in the first quarter, about 3/4 of the way. If those two shots didn't happen, I think it's a completely different game there for the Trojans.
Yeah, and I agree with you about Carson's shot there in the fourth quarter. Just kind of, the game kind of started to seem out of reach for the Trojans, and with that 3 last minute, that's whenever it kind of made the game more competitive again, and that's whenever it felt like the Trojans were still in it there at the end. And so, personally, I'd give that shot of the game to Carson Oran there in the fourth quarter.
And the player of the game tonight, Caleb. It is brought to you by the Girard High School Booster Club game sponsor, Girard Medical Center. Girard Medical Center is proud to serve our local community and proud to employ so many Trojan fans. Girard Medical Center, rooted in rural, focused on you. And tonight's Booster Club game sponsor, Caleb, what are you thinking for tonight?
I've got 2 people in mind for tonight. I think kind of just based off of scoring alone, it would either be Erica Boatman or Carson Oran. Erica had 16 tonight and Carson had 14, so just between the two of them, a combined total of 30 points, and so just kind of really making up the scoring for the team, and both of them had pretty great defensive games to go along with it, so I'd say one of those 2.
Yeah, I would say you're pretty well on the money with one of those 2. I feel like you got to give it to Boatman tonight. And the reason I say that, and I know Oran made some pretty clutch shots there towards the end, but Boatman, I mean, she was fighting for her life down there against Marley Stout. At a bit of a height disadvantage. Boatman standing at 5'10". Stout stands 6 foot, as recorded on these rosters. And when you look at it that way, and the way that Boatman was able to put herself together, fight through some of that frustration, some of the whistles just not falling in her direction, she was able to still make a successful game out of it. And I got to give her the credit where it's due, just kind of looking outside of scoring only. So with that, we'll go ahead and take a break here on Girard Sports Live. We'll be right back with the boys game, so don't go anywhere, as we've got more action due up for you guys, as well as the post-game coaches interview here with head coach Brad Urlacher coming up after this. We'll be right back.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Whether you're trying to hit the most.
Back on the Girard Sports Live post-game show, here joined by head coach Brad Urlacher. Coach Urlacher, thank you for joining us tonight. Tough loss, second this week. Coach, as we roll into the Burlington tournament next week, how are you looking to bounce back after just kind of a rough week?
Yeah, it's been a rough week for our whole school, and I could not be more proud of my girls' effort tonight. From an effort standpoint, it maybe was our best game. We played really, really hard. We didn't always execute on offense, and that's stuff that we'll work on and we'll get better as the season wears on. And there were shots that were about halfway down that popped out. I let the officials know a couple times when I disagreed with them, but at the end of the day, you got to make plays, and we didn't make the plays that we needed to make, and ultimately it comes down to me, and we got to work on stuff and get better. And I guarantee you, we got better tonight than about every other game that we've played this year. We've played a lot of teams that we've kind of had outmatched, and it's hard to get better in those games. We got better tonight. A couple years ago, I begged to get into the Burlington tournament, knowing that I would have, with only a couple losses, that I would have a first-round opponent that's a 4A team with one loss. So, I'm never scared, and at the end of the day, I'm not scared of losing either, as long as we're battling, fighting, and getting better each game, and we are. And so, we just got to keep doing that. We got to keep our eye on the prize. It's that last one you have to win, and kids just have to keep working hard, dedicate themselves even more in practice, again, could not be more proud of the effort tonight by our kids. I thought they battled. I thought we hit some big shots at times. We had some players, Maddie Kester's one of the heart and soul players of our team, and she had to sit, and ultimately I made that decision to put her back in, maybe sooner than I should have, but I felt like in that game, that's what I needed to do, because we were getting down, and so you make calls and you live with them, and again, I could not be more proud of my players. I told them as I left, I said that I'll always want the ones in this locker room, and I love them, and we'll just keep grinding. They have good attitudes, they play hard, and we'll get better.
Yeah, looking ahead to February, as you guys will match up against Frontenac again, is there anything that you saw tonight that you're really looking forward to maybe just kind of upgrading here in a month, or just capitalizing on a little bit more in that next contest?
There was just, in every game there's a couple possessions, and when it's that two closely contested teams, and they're a really good ball club. That's a one-loss team. They wanted to win that game too. It comes down to one or two possessions, and who executes it or who gets the call. What the ball rolls their way, and then from that point on, it's a scramble to try to get back into it. And lots of times when you have to make that scramble, you're going to be out of position and you're going to give up shots. So. That game was really, it's a one-possession game, and the ball rolls our way, and we win that basketball game. Ball rolled their way, and we lost it. So, we'll just keep grinding, getting better every game. I love that we're playing this competition. There's been years where we haven't had any competition whatsoever, and you're not tested. You're not ready to play at the end. At the end of a basketball season is when it really, really matters, and you have to perform to get out to state.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us here. It's a pleasure, and I look forward to calling you guys next week at the Burlington tournament.
All right, that'll be a travel, man.
Yep.
See you there.
That was head coach Brad Urlacher tonight for our post-game coach interview, which is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mycnb.com. We'll be right back after this break.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to Prime Accounting. A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state farm and ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home. And a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community, promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from Labette Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
And we're back on Girard Sports Live here for the boys game, booting up here in just a couple of moments. So we'll go ahead and roll through the pregame show, which is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools, equal housing lender member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And we'll go ahead and get into the keys to the game, which are brought to you by tonight's Girard High School Booster Club game sponsor, which is Girard Medical Center. Girard Medical Center is proud to serve our local community and proud to employ so many Trojan fans. Girard Medical Center, rooted in rural, focused on you. And tonight's Booster Club game sponsor. Looking ahead into this game, Caleb, as these two teams get set to face off. What do you got for us tonight?
I mean, I think the thing with the Trojans is that we've always talked about, yeah, they're also a younger team, but this Frontenac Raiders boys team, they're also quite young with only, I think they have one senior kind of like us, and so I think age-wise and experience-wise, it's definitely a fair matchup. And then the other thing is that this Frontenac team definitely has some height, you want to say, with their number 34, their only senior, being about 6'4", and so they've got some height. And so that's the thing, is that I think they're going to have some size and height down low. And so the big thing tonight for the Trojans is just getting those people that need to be in the paint, and making sure that you can really compete down low against kind of this bigger and taller Frontenac team than some of the starters that we have for this Girard squad.
Yeah, and looking across at the starters, as will go ahead and start it off on the away side. Looking at their squad, it looks like number 24, the 6'1" junior Luke Sneed. Number 2, the 6-foot sophomore Kale Coombs. Number 34, the senior 6'4" Jake Wegner. Number 14, the 5'11" junior Caden Mirando. And number 11, the 6'1" sophomore Drake Clayton.
And for your home side of things, it looks like the normal starting lineup that we normally have. Number 4, a 6'2" sophomore Jackson Smith. Number 5, a 6'1" junior Harrison Burke. Number 12, a 6'2" junior Ben Colin. Number 33, a 35, a 5'11" junior Blake Brokob. And finally, to round that out, is number 1, a 5'11" junior Perrin Stevens.
Those will be your starting lineups for tonight as we get set for the opening tip, which is brought to you by Farmers Bank. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard.
We had talked about the shoe game earlier, and I think Frontenac's definitely got a little bit more colorful shoes than Girard. They're kind of all over the place.
Got a little bit of pink, magenta, even a little bit of teal on that Nike logo for Wegner. Wegner, a longtime senior for this Frontenac team, kind of playing as that base. As Smith goes up for 2, can't get it. Cullen was, I believe, the last to touch it, going out of bounds. Turnover goes to Frontenac. Taking it down the court and taking point is Mirando. Now wheeling around and fouled. That was Sneed. Brokob gets hit with the foul. And Sneed knocks down his first. Goes 2 for 2 on this visit. Now Stevens swings it around. Brokob here. Back to Cullen. Smith. Brokob fading 2. Gets it.
That was a great answer by Blake.
Mirando hands it off to Coombs. Now Clayton. Mirando. Sneed knives his way down the right side and gets the bucket to fall. This Frontenac team currently standing 2-6 on the season. As Smith takes his shot from the top of the key. Can't go. Foul called on the floor, and they're going to call it against Harrison Burke.
Drake, I'm not sure what they were calling it on.
I assume the rebound. Maybe a little bit of over the back. Sneed pulls up 3, short. Rebound Cohen. Stevens, they swing it all the way around. Brokob now from 3, can't go. And the rebound falls into the hands of Clayton, and he'll be fouled on his way down the floor. Oh no, excuse me, carry.
And there's that freshman. Briggs Buckingham will check in the game for Harrison Burke. I think an interesting thing here is that Briggs is subbing in on his own here instead of being with that normal trio.
Newton and Schultz usually join him. Buckingham for three, can't get it. Rebound is into the hands of the Raiders. Sneed wheels it around, back to the right side, gives it to Wegner, and he gets a control foul. Stevens now. Going to Smith, and now Stevens again. Close wing, three, cannot connect on the last four attempts for the Trojans, and now a loose ball. As the Trojans get to reset again. 4-2 score. Smith trying to work his way underneath. The pass to Stevens. Swings around the perimeter. Now Cohen on the inside. Back up to Stevens as he carves his way underneath. Fouled on the way to the bucket. 5 minutes flat remaining.
Looks like Adrian Newton will check in and Blake Brokaw will take a seat.
So Newton joins Buckingham on the floor. Moments after.
Might just be a matter of time before Breyer ends up on the court with him.
And man, just a lid on this bucket over here on the Trojan side. Stevens goes 0 for 2 on his free throws, but they do manage to get the ball back.
Good play by Ben Cullen there to maintain possession of the ball.
Smith pulls up, can't get it, and Frontenac takes over. On the floor, Jackson Barcelona, as well as Jake Murphy. Clayton tries to take it underneath, and it's poked. Cohen steps out against Wegner. Newton almost gets it poked away, and here's Buckingham. Newton pulls up, three, can't go, rebound Wegner. Wegner tries to work underneath, can't get it to go. Buckingham the other direction, gets the bucket on the float.
Now that was a smart play by Briggs to kind of slow down and just float it in instead of going full steam ahead.
Entering the game for the Trojans, number 15, Ryder Schultz.
Bit of discussion here on the floor as Schultz will step in for Newton. Taking it down the floor is Barcelona. Now Wegner. His shot blocked. And they're going to call a foul on Cohen.
That looked like all ball from up here.
Wagner's first dribbles out. And now the second. Gets it to fall. Buckingham to Schultz. Now they work the perimeter over to Smith. Cullen posts up and gets the two. Murphy back the other direction. Gives it off. Wagner for two. Can't get it to fall. Murphy's shot is blocked. Can't get his get back. And it's the other direction for Girard. Buckingham's pass to Schultz is tapped away.
Looks like a couple of the starters coming back in. Both Burke and Brokaw will check in, and it looks like Smith and Stevens will sit.
Brokaw inbounds. Buckingham now over to Burke. Burke's gonna step up. Three ball off the back iron. Brokaw gets the rebound. Over to Schultz. Now here's Cullen. Top of the key with Brokaw. Pulls up from the elbow. It's no dice. And Burke tries to throw it off of a Raider. Buckingham pulls up three. Can't go.
Gosh.
Intercepted. Buckingham throws it off of a Raider. And they recover. Wow.
That ball just barely stayed in.
A lot of chaos here as this ball is just traveling everywhere but the basket. Burke can't get the layup, but they're gonna call goaltending.
All right.
Let's reset here for a moment.
Little bit of stoppage.
Here's Coombs, gives it to Wagner. Wagner's pass almost taken away. Mirando retains possession, and it's out of bounds on Wagner. Back to the Trojans. Buckingham takes it down the floor. Now inside, Brokaw gives it off, and Buckingham is fouled on the ground.
Fouls on Frontenac, number 10, Jackson Barcelona, first personal foul, team number 3, entering the game for the Raiders.
Third team foul, first for Barcelona.
Number 12, 11, Drake Clayton, and number 24, Luke Sneak.
Newton comes in for Cullen with him and Smith on the bench as it stands. Buckingham gives it to Burke. They swing it around to Newton. Schultz, kick out. Buckingham three, air ball. Won't go on the putback from Burke. And now the Raiders take it the other way. Clayton and Sneed on the outside. Now working with Barcelona. Here's Clayton.
Fouls on Girard, number 2, brings Buckingham.
Call a block foul on Buckingham.
Looks like they'll get a couple substitutions in here. Get a couple more of those starters in. Looks like Stevens and Smith will check in, and Schultz and Buckingham will sit.
Shot blocked by Newton.
Good block by
Newton. Hands of Sneed. And now the transition, Newton couldn't quite gather it. May have been too quick regardless to try and get that one back up. Barcelona gives it away to Coombs, and he's called for a travel. Still in the first quarter. Here's Newton. Smith for three, short. Brokaw retains possession, puts up a two, can't get it to go, and they'll call a foul on Girard.
Fouls on Girard, number 33, Adrian Newton.
Goes against Newton. 21 seconds remaining. And it's actually bonus. So the question here is, who he committed the foul on, which they deliberated and said it was Harina. Who makes the first.
With that, looks like there's a triple substitution, and it's Schultz, Buckingham, and Colin that'll come back into the game. Coach doesn't seem to be keeping many players in for very long.
Second one is off. Schultz gets the rebound. Buckingham gives it to Smith. Drives in underneath, can't get the bucket. Gives it away, was Harina. The shot from Barcelona, and he's fouled.
That could be something to watch with that being Ben's second foul just early in this first quarter.
And Barcelona capitalizes on his first.
And for the Raiders, number 55, Jake Martinez.
Chance to tie this one up here for Barcelona. And he does. Brokaw shot off the glass, and no good. 8-8 is the score after the first quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years, with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Back on for the second quarter of action. Both teams yet to crest the double digits in points.
And number 14, Jake Girard. And for the Trojans, number 1, Aaron Stevens, and number 12, Ben Colette.
And now Frontenac will take it in with Mirando. Mirando finds himself in the corner, inside to Wegner. Wegner's reverse layup takes the lead. 10-8. Girard swings it on the perimeter. Inside, Stevens gets the retaliation. Bumps it up to 10 apiece. Wegner, Mirando. Mirando scanning, gives it off. This time it's Sneed giving it away to Coombs. And now Wegner again. Wegner underneath. His shot, short. Rebound, Smith. Smith swings it around. Now Buckingham back inside to Smith on the post, and he gets the bucket. Working the outside. Here's Coombs driving, and he's fouled.
Fouls on Girard, number 4, Jackson Smith. First personal foul, team foul number 1. At the line for the Raiders for 2, number 2, Cale Coombs.
First one for Coombs falls. And the second one follows. Stevens. Trojans. Working the outside, now inside to Cullen. Tries to lay it in and can't get it to go. Here's Clayton, finds himself on the close wing. They swing it around, Mirando now to Coombs on the outside. Back into Wegner on the post, loose ball picked up by Stevens. Stevens looking for a teammate, hands it off, Buckingham. Kick out to Burke. Burke takes a shot from the elbow and brings it. Wegner, top of the key. Gives it away to Coombs. Now Sneed trying to drive. Wegner outside. Knives his way through the paint. Can't get the bucket to go. Back the other direction.
I mean, something to know with Ben Cullen there, that he's been playing incredible defense all night against Wagner, just being able to make sure that he's not fouling, but making sure that he doesn't score either in the post.
Smith pulls up, elbow, good. Now driving is Coombs. Can't get it to fall. Sneed's shot gets a foul called, and they'll be added to the line for 2.
Fouls on Girard, number 5, Harrison Burke, second personal foul, team foul number 2. At the line for the Raiders for 2, 24, Luke Sneed.
Foul called against Harrison Burke. As Sneed makes his first.
And with Harrison's foul, looks like Brocob will check in, and then both Burke and Cullen will sit, and Newton will be the other one to come into the game.
Sneed misses on his second. Newton, they'll say, was the last to touch it. So out of bounds on Girard. Frontenac retains possession. Inbound, Coombs for three. Can't go. And another foul called. This
over
time
the back.
on Brokop.
Second personal foul, team foul number 3. Entering the game for the Trojans, number 15, Myers Schultz.
Schultz comes in place of Brokop. They swing it outside with Barcelona. Inside, Wagner can't receive the pass. And now Stevens the other direction. Newton at the post, pulls up just inside of the elbow. Clayton's pass inside to Wagner, and there's a foul called. I believe this one's going against Newton. That'll be the 4th team foul, so now Frontenac looking to get into bonus here.
This could help Frontenac quite a bit if they get into the bonus with about 4 minutes left in the first half.
Smith was fouled on his way to the bucket. So now looking to extend to a 7-point lead if he's able to make both of these. Makes the first. Second is off the mark. Rebounded by Miranda. Barcelona gets the call and makes the layup. 15-19. Stevens. Schultz for three. Can't go. Newton gets the rebound. Puts it back up and can't grab that one either. Takeaway. Schultz trying and gets
And with that basket, I mean, now every single Trojan that has checked into the game has scored at least one bucket, which is just, I mean, if you're Coach Westcott, you like to see it, just knowing that anyone can score at any time on your team.
Correction, the foul goes to number 10, Jackson Barcelona. First personal foul. Entering the game for the Trojans, number 5, Harrison Burke. And for the Raiders, number 2, Neil Coombs.
So deliberation on who actually committed the foul finalized on number 10, which is Barcelona.
Schultz completes the three-point play.
Murphy works it to Wagner. Back out. Murphy now trying to carve up the left side, and there's a foul called on the floor.
Fouls on drawer number 33, Adrian Newton. Third personal foul, team foul number 5. At the line for the Raiders for 2, number 15, Jake Murphy.
First one from Murphy is good.
Entering the game for the Trojans, number 4, Jackson Smith.
And with that being Newton's third foul, he'll take a seat, and Jackson Smith will come into the game.
Murphy's second. Good to go.
Murphy, good for 2.
And now timeout called on the floor. Frontenac will call it. With that, we'll go ahead and talk about tonight's timeout sponsor. This break in the action is brought to you by Southeast Kansas Player Health Alliance and Live Well Crawford County, reminding you to know your limits when gambling and know when the game is playing you. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-426-2537 for free assistance. Trojans ball as they take it down the floor. Smith takes it away, tries to put up a shot, can't go. Rebound Murphy. Work it over Wagner. Wagner trying to get underneath and can't. Buckingham, his pass tipped away. Murphy, shot good. Stevens, close side wing. Smith for three, can't get it. Another foul. This time goes against Buckingham. And the first one from Clayton is good. Second one falls, makes it a 1-point game. 5-0 run currently for Frontenac. Schultz trying to silence that, can't go. Rebound is into the hands of Coombs. Wagner dribbles underneath and can't get the layup. Ooh. Burke, three, no dice.
Gosh, it just seems like this rim has a barrier around it. It's just not, nothing's falling.
Clayton swings it to Murphy. Murphy pulls up, can't get the bucket to go, it's short. Now I got a foul called on this side. Smith takes it down the floor. Stevens inside, Burke gets the bucket. And finally, the Trojans are able to score. Another foul called. So many of these.
It's a foul-filled quarter. It is.
Well, I'll tell you, the change that so many fouls does to the game and just the pacing of it. Such a big difference. Sutton Gordon checks in. Raiders still only down by 2. Gordon swings it, Brokoff for 3. Can't get it to fall. And now another takeaway. Schultz. Can't get the bucket, but he's fouled on his way.
I mean, Breyer didn't get the bucket there, but he's forced fouled, and that's an incredible play by him, and that's his second steal that I've seen like that, where he kind of just gets in the way and intercepts the ball, and that's good to see from one of your bench players.
Gets the first of 2 to go. And the second falls after.
Shot clock turned off now in the first half.
Raiders continue to work the perimeter. Here's a shot for 2, won't go. Taken into the hands of Schultz. Who will actually get free throws now with that foul.
At the line for Girard for 2 shots, number 15, Brian Schultz.
Schultz continues his proficiency at the free throw line.
New face for the Trojans is Quentin Bruning checking in the game for Blake Brokob, and something about Quentin is he's just a freshman. He doesn't honestly get much playing time outside of the fourth quarter.
Coombs drives underneath, gets the bucket. 24-28. Stevens tried to pull up for 3 and can't get it to go. 24-28 is the score. We'll take a break here and we'll be right back with halftime stats and analysis. Be right back.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family-owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com. Call service is outstanding in their field. especially for those that are stuck, well, out standing in their field. Cowles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Cowles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Cowles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at CowlesServiceLLC.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
Back on Girard Sports Live for the halftime show. This halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. And as we look back on the first half, Kennar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kennar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KennarEyeCare.com. Caleb, looking back at the first half, it's been a pretty slow one with a lot of whistles being blown and plays and stoppages. 28-24 is the score. Girard is on top, but what do you think of the first half so far?
I mean, kind of like what you just said, is it's just kind of been a slow-paced, lots of fouls, just kind of seems like it's dragging in this first half. And so I think the thing with the boys is just limiting their amount of fouls is the big thing. Is it kind of seems at sometimes it felt like there were more fouls than points scored, and so it was just making sure that you can limit those. And then, I mean, if the Raiders keep fouling, heck, why not? But limiting your own fouls as a team, and then, I mean, scoring throughout the team was honestly great this past quarter, with the leading scorer being tied with Harrison and Breyer both having 6. But as I mentioned earlier, everyone that has come into the game really has scored, and that there hasn't been a single 3 either, which there has been a couple shot, which is another thing that could always be looked at halftime and kind of readjusted based off of where you want to shoot the ball, and especially if you want to get it around the perimeter or not. But so far, what the boys are doing is working, and they've kind of just been able to maintain the short, small lead against Frontenac throughout the entire game pretty much. And so I think the big thing just coming out of halftime is making sure that you can limit the amount of fouls that you've been just conducting against Frontenac in general.
Yeah, I think limiting the fouls probably a little easier said than done, with the whistles just kind of coming to life there, especially in the second quarter. I mean, man, got to the point where I was, felt very repetitive in what I was saying at times. But just looking at this third quarter and fourth quarter, the second half of play, I like what you're talking about, but I think also just being able to capitalize on the fouls that are committed by Frontenac is key. Just being able to feel confident at the free throw line, take advantage of the charity stripe, get those points when they're given to you.
And I mean, I agree. I think that the biggest thing is just like we were talking about, those fouls, and that's something that you're going to need to make sure to do is that if you keep getting those fouls against Frontenac, that you're capitalizing on those opportunities, and as long as they're shooting fouls, making sure that you're making those free throws that you're just kind of given. And so I think that'll be a big way that this Trojan team can really score in this third and fourth quarter.
Well, those halftime stats are brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt is heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. B&B Excavating, call 620-724-2735. We'll go ahead and take a break here on the Girard Sports Live halftime show. We'll be right back with the second half.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state Farm and Ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted and rural, focused on you.
Back from the halftime show here on Girard Sports Live. 28-24 is the score. Girard in the lead at half, looking to maintain through these next two quarters and try and swap with Frontenac. Girls fell short. 52-48 was the score of the girls' game earlier if you missed it. Very high-intensity game. If you have the chance, I encourage you to go back and watch it. Here's Smith trying to open up with a three, and that's way deep. Back the other direction with Coombs. Now Mirando hands it off. Sneed working underneath. Back out to Clayton for three. His three won't fall, and now we've got a foul called underneath. So already a quick foul. Ripping the Band-Aid off early. So they work it around the arc. Cullen, Brocob, Stevens. Stevens driving to the paint, hands it off. Burke, his shot won't go. Put back, no dice either. And now take away back the other direction. Clayton pulls up for another three chance. Can't get it. And the putback from Coombs is good. Stevens over to Burke. Back to Smith. And his shot down the right lane will not go. Out of bounds on Girard as Frontenac gets possession. Just over a minute into this third quarter. Mirando back out. Coombs for three. Can't get it. Every Raider was boxed out on that rebound there. Burke, mid-range jumper, can't go. And now Coombs for another try, and he gets it this time. Takes the lead, 29-28. Another miss on the Girard side. Burke sets his feet. So foul goes against Luke Sneed. I was trying to see what the deliberation there was. I think they were debating whether or not it was a block or a charge.
Yeah, and I think from the Frontenac side of things, all the fans definitely wanted a block there.
It was certainly right at the edge of what I would say is the time to really establish feet. But can't live in the past too long. Clayton drills another three. And now we've got a timeout on the Girard side of things. It'll be a half timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here for the time being. This timeout is brought to you by Salon 214, now open at 107 North Ozark in Girard. Take a timeout to pamper yourself with Vanessa and her team at Salon 214. And take a time out to check out Salon 214 on Facebook. (28-32). Girard has yet to manage any points so far in this half.
And that's kind of the one thing that you didn't want coming out of the break, is just to let Frontenac kind of come out and get a little bit ahead of where you were at, kind of leading them going into the break and not scoring at all. And so that's the big thing, is that I think on this possession, if the Trojans could finally get something to go in, that'll be big to kind of get them back into this game and back to where they were.
Just got to break the ice. Here's Clayton working his way into the paint. Can't get the layup to go. Buckingham now on the other side. Delivers to Smith. Smith's pass out to Schultz as he'll drive the baseline and try to give it away, but it will be out of bounds on the Raiders. Inbound to Schultz.
Buckingham is calling for him. He was wide open.
And that will be a foul going against Wagner, who disagrees. That'll be his second foul. The first one came in the first quarter. That was a charge foul.
And I mean, with that foul, Frontenac's already 3 fouls down in the quarter, and with only 2 left to go before being in the bonus, there's still about 4.5 minutes left in this quarter.
Girard doing what you said here, Caleb. Staying away from the fouls. And they have done a great job so far here in the third, but they just have not been able to score. Makes you think.
I mean, that one free throw, that's not going to be enough to kind of keep up with this Frontenac team that kind of seems more inspired now in the second half.
Check something out with Jackson Smith.
I think might be a little bit of blood.
That is what it will be. He's saying it's not his, though.
Makes you wonder whose it is.
So somebody's bleeding on the floor.
Nobody wants to say it's them.
They get it cleaned off quickly, and Frontenac will get to inbound again. Interesting situation there. And a travel. Miranda with a bit of a mental lapse there at midcourt. I mean, that was about as clear as it comes.
Yeah, and I don't think if the refs didn't call that, the fans were definitely going to let them know, because that was kind of a big gasp from the home side of the crowd.
Buckingham near side wing. They rotated around the perimeter. And now he finds himself at the post trying to give it to Smith on the drive, but loose ball ends up with the Raiders. Now Wagner delivers Sneed inside. Wagner tries to drive and gives it up. Buckingham on the interception. Gives it to Schultz. Schultz fading two and can't get it to connect. Still have yet to find a basket from the floor here for Girard. And Coombs tacks on another three.
Just another three to start this quarter for these Frontenac Raiders.
Smith gets fouled on his way to the bucket. So now Smith another chance to try and bring this one within reach, and misses on his first. Second will connect. So now a 5-point gap here. Clayton gets it inside. Wagner. Wagner trying to beat the post. Back out to Clayton. A pretty deliberate push there underneath, but no whistle blown. Basket good from the Raiders. Brokaw pulls up, elbow, can't go. Buckingham kicks it back to Schultz. Now Buckingham finds himself outside the arc. Schultz again, and a charge called. Here's the Raiders. Coombs for three, can't get it to connect. Clayton gets it back out to him. Now Clayton in the corner. Barcelona back to Clayton, who drives the base. And the pass down court is over the head of Buckingham. Girard gives it back. Newton and Burke step on for Stevens and Cullen. Here's Barcelona. Wagner gets called again for the control foul.
And that is something that I am slowly realizing that Harrison Burke is incredible at, of just drawing the charge pretty much every single time.
So Buckingham takes it back down the floor. Here's a shot from Newton, and it's over the rim. So nothing comes of the bonus possession there from Girard. And foul called on Schultz. What's interesting is I'm seeing on the board that there's 5 fouls against Frontenac, but there were no free throws on the last control foul.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Newton drains a 2. So unless I'm counting wrong,
I think you're right that there probably should have been free throws on that last foul, but it seems like you might have been the only one in this arena to notice it.
yeah, I don't even think Coach Westcott was super aware. Sure, the refs are now, though, as we'll keep it here for this time being.
Which, I mean, something just to finally note is with Newton's long, too, that's the first actual bucket that this Trojan team has gotten in the third quarter, with almost 7 minutes already being gone.
6:45. A dry spell on the floor. 0% here in the third until Newton's shot. So now Frontenac with the clock winding, 70 seconds. They get in a new face, Jake Martinez. Martinez makes an impact immediately with a bucket there, and now Girard can't answer. Back the other direction, Clayton can't get it to connect. Schultz draws the foul.
They should be shooting.
And here come the free throws. They were almost about to forget
going to say,
again.
that's 2 times.
I don't know quite exactly what just happened there. So they changed the shooter from Schultz to Newton. And Newton makes his second. 8-point game here in the third. Work it to the outside corner. Now over to Barcelona, close swing. Free throw line from Murphy, can't get it. The putback also no good. And foul called against Barcelona.
Here's where that being in the bonus kind of pays off and just finally getting chances at easy points.
Yeah, you feel like you're almost guaranteed at least one out of these, especially with Girard and their proficiency. I don't want to speak too soon.
Commentating curse.
Brokop's got me on the next one. 23 seconds. Well,
come on, Drake.
Spoke too soon. This time foul called against Burke.
I mean, with that foul, that's Harrison's 4th foul. With just 1 quarter left, you kind of wonder whenever Coach Westcott will finally put him back in the game, kind of almost a similar situation that we had with the girls' game with Maddie Kester.
Except Kester gathered hers with 3 left in the third and came back with 6 left in the fourth. So we'll see if that makes a difference here. The subtle minute changes. Up to a 10-point lead at the end of the third as we head into the fourth. Frontenac is looking to sweep tonight against the Trojans. We'll be right back.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Fourth quarter of action, due up now here on Girard Sports Live, brought to you by Crochan. 43-33 with Frontenac looking to grow on that. Girard was in bonus for a majority of the third quarter and was unable to really make much happen of it, with only 1 bucket on the floor. There's a shot from Brokop trying to break that curse. Can't get it. Murphy with the rebound and back the other way. Miranda gets the block. Called on the floor. Inbound pass to Clayton and then swung to Coombs. Now back up to Miranda. This one's almost taken away. 17 on the shot clock, 3-point ball, won't go. Stevens gets the rebound. And now Cohen driving, hands it off. Smith, his shot. Won't fall, but he does get 2. Man, I think I would have really liked to seen that one
Just
go
something
in.
go
yeah.
in. I mean, I think the boys have had maybe 1 or 2 actual scores since the half, but
one shot on the floor so far since halftime.
I think for the boys and their offense, something will need to change here and something will need to change quick if they can try to be competitive in this game.
Back to the Raiders, 9-point game now. Coombs hands it off. Sneed now trying to drive. Can't get it to go. Cullen fighting for the rebound and could not get it. Gets it into Coombs. 10 on the shot clock. Now Mirando. Hands it off, Sneed.
Really?
Oh, the baseline judge was booting up a charge. Oh, no way.
That's late. That's a late call.
The baseline judge had his hand on his head ready to call the charge.
What?
I don't know what Clayton was doing.
I think he assumed the shot clock didn't get reset.
Stevens poked away. Cullen tries to get it back to him. Schultz saves it. Buckingham is there to recover. And we've got an off-ball foul.
There you go.
And I got to agree with that
If
one.
nothing was called, I was going to say something.
The
That is
extension from Coombs as the Raiders want a timeout here. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back after this.
There's a lot of choices when you think about buying crop insurance. One thing that's important to us is the roots and loyalty of where you come from and knowing who you can trust. And with all the obstacles that farmers are dealing with on a constant basis, we're there and we're living those struggles and we understand them. And we got to put bushels in the bin to provide for each family. And when that doesn't happen, it's good to know you have a good crop insurance agent to cover you when the hard times happen.
Every day, people are discovering.
Back on Girard Sports Live. Smith gets the inbound, and now we'll set up the offense. Buckingham, top of the key, finds himself an open three, and I was waiting all night to say that one, knowing it was coming eventually.
And that was a great play drawn up by Westcott just to give Bricks that open three opportunity.
Sneed back to Coombs. Coombs looking for an open shot. Mirando now will take the three. And they'll take the gamble. Both players let the ball go out of bounds, and they'll say it's out of bounds on the Trojans. Poked out by Schultz.
Breyer kind of seems to be doing just a little bit of everything tonight.
Inbound, makes its way to Sneed, now Clayton. Over to Murphy. Hands it off, Mirando gets the bucket. Cullen works it in, Schultz gets fouled and one.
I mean, I'll go back to what I just said. Breyer's kind of just doing a little bit of everything, just helping the team in a lot of ways tonight.
And just off the mark on that free throw. Back to a 6-point game here. Mirando almost gets it pickpocketed. Buckingham is on the floor. Whose ball is it? It's Girard's with the jump ball.
There you go. Great effort by Briggs right there.
I mean, great overall effort by Briggs.
Perrin poking it out.
Stevens,
Briggs getting
yeah.
it. That's.
Stevens took a big gamble too, went behind Coombs to try and get around him.
I think a Briggs Buckingham 3 would be big here.
Well, here it is. Almost. Out of bounds on the Raiders. Sticks on this side of the floor. Wagner will check back in for Murphy.
I mean, up until this last quarter, this game's kind of been moving as slow as coffee being made in a coffee pot. It's just now kind of picking back up.
Schultz kicks out. Stevens. No shot. They call travel on him. And now Coach Westcott's saying press up. So here comes the full court press. 4:15 remaining. Wagner. Pass inside to Clayton was batted away by Stevens. And out of bounds. Inbound, makes its way. Clayton. Big time travel there. But no call, and the three falls.
I'm not quite sure what's happening.
I think they were thinking he wanted a timeout. Score stays the same, 48-39. Back up to a 9-point game. And we've got a block foul. Goes against Sneed, and that should be bonus.
Send him to the bonus.
Oh, maybe that was the fourth.
That is the fourth.
Buckingham, top of the key, gives off to Schultz. Schultz working his way underneath and gets the bucket. And now Coach Westcott wants a timeout. We'll take a break with him, and we'll be right back after this.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go!
Back on Girard Sports Live. Wagner underneath, and he's fouled. 7-point game. And that will be Burke's final foul.
It's like Harrison will sit and Perrin should come in for him.
So Stevens checks in for Burke, who fouls out with 3:18 remaining. And Schultz gets the steal. Schultz draws up the offense. Brocobb over to Newton. They've got Brocobb, Newton, and Cullen all in at the same time. Going with a taller package there and a big-time bucket for the Trojans.
Just down by 5 now with about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left.
And Cullen was trying to draw some kind of call there. Did not. Newton pulls up, 3 ball. Can't go. It's rebounded by Cullen. And gets the bucket back in. Back to a 5-point game. Here's Coombs. Mirando over to Clayton. Closely guarded by Stevens. And now Wagner tries to work it inside, almost gets it peeled. And this time he does. Cullen goes toppling over the Frontenac bench. Right almost over the top of Jack Spear.
But looks like we got a double substitution, and both Briar Schultz and Adrian Newton will sit, and it looks like Jackson Smith and Briggs Buckingham will come into the game. Personally, I think I like this move from coaches, just trying to get a couple more of your three-point shooters in and seeing what they can do, especially with the clock kind of ticking down now and being down by 5.
Bit more deliberation here by the officials.
I'm not entirely sure what was needed to be talked over.
Whoa. Are they crediting? Maybe not. It looked like they were calling Ben Cullen's name. I didn't know if they were going to credit him with a foul.
Looks like shot clock did not reset.
And
there you go.
Player control goes against Luke Sneed.
With that 5th foul, I think they should be shooting.
They should be shooting.
I mean, even without your shooting, I think now is the time that you need to make sure that you score on this possession.
So Buckingham over to Cullen. Stevens, 3, pays off. Rather take that than the free throws. Perrin Stevens makes it a 2-point game here with just 98 seconds remaining in the 4th. Coming down to the wire once more here in Girard.
I mean, just like how we had talked about earlier, the bonus now can come and be a big part of these final couple of minutes of just, if any Girard player gets fouled, they have a chance to tie the game.
Yeah, that's big time, and they've got room for a foul as well. So if it really comes down to it, you'd like to save that just in case of dire need. Obviously, you don't want to foul in general.
Looks like the team will implement the full court press.
Now, real pressure on here for Frontenac. Wagner.
Really?
Foul on the far sideline. That goes against Ben Cullen. That's only his 3rd, but it is the team's 4th. So that now puts both teams into bonus. Wagner.
Good defense so far by the Trojans.
Over to Coombs. Coombs kicks it. Wagner. Back out. Clayton. Over to Barcelona. 10 on the shot clock. Wagner for 3. And now,
Really?
no way! Oh my goodness.
He didn't touch him.
He was falling backwards. Unbelievable. So Perrin Stevens gets credited his second foul. Murphy headed to the line here to try and extend this lead, and he does.
With that foul, Frontenac is now in the bonus.
And Murphy makes both of them. Painful call there. Coach Westcott was even in high disagreement as Frontenac wants a timeout here. We'll take one with them, and we'll be right back.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Back on Girard Sports Live, 52-48 is the score. They're going to need a bucket, stop, and a bucket. They get it into Schultz. Schultz takes it down the floor. Smith to Buckingham. Buckingham 3. Gets it! Now only a 1-point lead for the Raiders. It's tipped, and Wagner loses it. In an unbelievable turn of events, Wagner loses the ball out of bounds on Frontenac. Schultz gets it in. Buckingham to Stevens. Now Schultz drives the base. And a charge. So inbound gets to Wagner. Now pass down the floor to Clayton. And timeout called by Frontenac. 27.2 seconds remaining. And I believe this will more than likely be foul time here for Girard. I would say, honestly, you try to get the steal on the inbound, but
I think you'd go for the steal and then go for the foul.
You got a foul. Try to buy yourself a little bit of time here to put something together offensively.
Another thing to add was I was just informed by Coach Philpott that apparently you do not shoot free throws for offensive fouls. So maybe we were the ones in the wrong on that.
I guess so. So Wegner gets the inbound here. And they get it in. Coombs to Mirando. And now Murphy will be fouled. So Girard kind of got to pick who they wanted to send. It looks like they chose Murphy. Not that there are a lot of very good choices out here on this floor in general.
Murphy went 2 for 2 his last time at the line.
Man, how good it would feel if this next one just did not go. And it doesn't, but they don't get the rebound.
Got to get the rebound there.
Oh, man.
With that, I believe Mirando can make it a 2-score game.
Pretty well put it away if he does so. Makes the first. Make here pretty well feels like the nail in the coffin. And there it is.
Going to need a quick 3.
Stevens, 3, won't go. Rattled around on the floor. Murphy tosses it up to Mirando, and it's taken away. Smith takes the 2, can't get it, and that's the game. An unfortunate ending in both games. Comes down to the wire and unable to pull it off. Trojans go 0-2 against the Raiders tonight. And as we head into the post-game show, tonight's post-game show is brought to you by Eastside Cafe. Experience the best breakfast in town 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Eastside Cafe, a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Looking at the shot of the game, I would have to say the most memorable one would be, and I might be a little biased here, but Briggs Buckingham, his 3-ball that kind of turned everything around there for a minute. Unfortunately, not for the entirety of the game, as Girard would come away 4 short tonight, 51-55.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you with that. Well, just shot from Briggs that kind of sparked one last little bit of hope into this Girard offense and Girard team in general, so I agree with you on that one there.
The shot of the game is brought to you by Bradshaw Collision and Repair. If your car takes a shot, then take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. And player of the game tonight, Caleb. Kind of a tough one to call for both of them, as unfortunately not a winning team tonight. But who you got for us on the boys game?
Yeah, I think I've got it down to about 2 picks between Briar Schultz and Briggs Buckingham personally. I mean, Briggs had that big 3 there in the 4th, and he had multiple other scoring opportunities coming off the bench, but I think the biggest impact for the Trojans in this game was Briar Schultz coming off the bench. He was the leading scorer with 10 points, and I kind of just think that he was doing a little bit of everything just to kind of try to push this team towards victory, and before they fell a little bit short. But for me, the player of the game would be Briar Schultz.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that one. Schultz was certainly a force on the floor for the Trojans tonight, picking up where some of the others may have left off. When you have big-time scorers on that roster, Schultz kind of made up for some of the lackings of the starting group and certainly gave the Girard Trojans a chance tonight, and just unfortunately not everything can go in your direction in basketball. But that player of the game is brought to you by tonight's Girard Booster Club game day sponsor, which happens to be Girard Medical Center. Girard Medical Center is proud to serve our local community and proud to employ so many Trojan fans. Girard Medical Center, rooted in rural, focused on you, and tonight's Booster Club game sponsor. So with that, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back with the post-game coach's interview with head coach Rod Westcott and hear what he has to say about this contest. And that will be it for Girard Sports Live. So stay tuned, and we'll wrap it up here after a couple minutes.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your field and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. And now Matt's care for farmers goes beyond seed as an agent for the new 4-state Farm and Ranch. From the best inputs available to the protection you need, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy at Murphy Seed.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss.
The Trojan sack means $2 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $2 short stacks the following day. Dine in only. Restrictions apply. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Siebert back to pass. Lehman diving for the end zone, and they get the listing. Lehman passes off to Siebert on the far wing. Siebert the lob, and Lehman with the alley-oop dunk to close the deal. Lehman a hard hit ball to left field. Siebert is at the wall, and they close another one. Lehman Realty with another big-time win. Lehman Realty, proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Here at Pittsburgh Interiors, we are proud to be family-owned and operated, serving our community with quality style and service since 1999. Step into our showroom and explore furniture, flooring, window treatments, mattresses, and more. Whether you're designing a dream home, office, or simply just adding that finishing touch, our expert team is here to help. Discover why families and businesses have trusted us for over 25 years. Pittsburgh Interiors, where style meets comfort and family comes first.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together. Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Every day, people are discovering that bigger isn't better, better is better. Big box stores continue to disappoint. You have spoken, and we have been listening. You want a great selection with dependable service at a competitive price. We understand, and that's what we bring to you every day. We know that we have to work hard to earn your business, and we will. Bigger isn't better, better is better at Heidrich's, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome to Homestead of Girard, assisted and independent living right here in our hometown. At Homestead, seniors enjoy compassionate care in a community designed for comfort. Licensed professionals provide support with daily activities, dressing, bathing, and medication management. Residents enjoy home-cooked meals and the comfort of their own private apartment. Call 620-724-6760 to schedule your tour today. Homestead of Girard, senior living with compassion, comfort, and community.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Hepler, Walnut, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Call Judd, Lori, Jenny, or Amber in Girard today.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Prairie Mission Retirement Village. People caring about people in the loving spirit of Christ. Spacious apartments made to feel like home, and a loving, caring, experienced staff. That's the Prairie Mission difference. A continuing retirement community promoting person-centered care with an on-site clinic from the Vet Health and offering independent living apartments, assisted living, and long-term care, all with the respect and care our loved ones deserve. Prairie Mission Retirement Village, St. Paul, 620-449-2400.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Here on the post-game coaches interview with head coach Rod Westcott. Coach, a tough loss tonight, coming off of a good win against Riverton and looking forward to the Burlington tournament. Give us kind of your rundown on what you thought happened in that game and how you're looking to bounce back next week in the Burlington tournament.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and watch some film, but defensively, the third quarter, they got after us pretty good. I think we gave up 19 points in the third quarter, and we're not offensively capable of coming back from something like that. That being said, we almost did, but we give up way too many points in the third to give ourselves a shot. I'll give our kids a lot of credit. We kept battling and did give ourselves a shot there at the end, but we missed a box out down here, and that's one play, but there's so many plays early on. We shot the ball awful tonight from the perimeter, and they're just backed off of us, just daring us to shoot it. And that first half, boy, I don't know what we were from the three-point line, but it was ugly. And they had us scouted pretty well, took away what we've been doing well, and made it tough on us. So you got to give them a lot of credit for that. Yeah, tough one. We'll get back we'll watch some film and get back after it later this weekend and get ready for a tournament next week.
In our post-game show, we talked about Briar Schultz kind of playing an all-around character. He was able to gather a couple of steals, get underneath the basket, as well as kind of shoot from that mid-range spot. Can you talk about him and his role on what he plays just offensively and defensively?
He played as well as anybody for us tonight. He looked sharp. He was all over the place, and we've been seeing that out of him in practice, and a lot of times he gets in the games and it hasn't translated yet, and it did. It translated tonight. He really played well. I think I had his, his cousin or something, little cousin, sitting on the bench, so he might have been good luck for him. He might have to stay there, but, Briar had a nice game tonight. Ben did a good job on the big kid inside. Fouls hurt us a little bit in that first half, and, we got some guys in there that got a little bit of time there in that last minute of the second quarter that, we're not far away from everybody seeing a little extra time, so they got to be ready. But thought our kids played hard tonight. We just didn't get it done.
Yeah, you've got Frontenac again in February. Is there anything that you saw tonight that you feel like going into the next contest, you've kind of got a better read on how they operate?
Oh, we know them pretty well. I mean, our kids have been playing them since they're in probably third or fourth grade, so there's not a lot of surprises. And Varsh has been at it for a long time, so we know what he likes to do. It's just a matter of getting out, and we've got to execute and communicate a little better, and if we do that, things will be good.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time.
You bet.
Wish you the best of luck going forward. Tonight's post-game coaches interview is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Serving the area for 30 years, stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcmb.com. That'll wrap it up here on Girard Sports Live. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you all next time. And good night from me, Caleb, and Sarah, and the rest of the Varsity Sports production crew.